to my YouTube channel. This is Aarti Ahuja, your life coach, and welcome to my show Amplify with Aarti, a show which brings stories of change makers. And today we have youth icon, a celebrity sports player, Mr. Pankaj Advani. Pankaj, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me here, Aarti.
I know this name doesn't need any introduction. Pankaj has won 24 World Championships. He has been awarded Arjuna Award, Khel Ratan Award, Padam Shri, Padam Bhushan. It's a privilege and honor to host you, Pankaj. I am really nervous and very excited to host you. Once again, a huge warm welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Hope you're enjoying the festive season and staying warm and staying safe because I don't know, certainly I've been under the weather because of the change in weather. So I think there's anything I could say to all the viewers and listeners and people, just please keep yourself warm and stay safe. We may be heading for another lockdown, you never know.
I'm so glad that you could do this interview. So once again, a huge thanks. So let's get started, Pankaj.
Sure.
So Pankaj, nowadays, even we were not very sure about our career paths. So as a child, were you very sure that this is what you wanted to do in life?
I just want to give you a small background of how Q Sports happened to me. And as a young kid, I was pretty much shy, always followed the rules. I was exposed to the usual sports like your basketball and cricket and table tennis, badminton, and all of those outdoor games. And at the age of 10, I started following my elder brother Shri to the snooker club, and I used to always wonder what is it that he's doing with his friends during the summer holidays. And when I saw the green baize and the table for the first time, it was amazing, the feeling. But since I was really short and small, I was not allowed to go onto the table and play. So for a few weeks, I just followed him and understood the rules, the finer points of the game, the technique, stance, everything. And I was a good observer. So after 3 weeks, I said, okay, I'm going to try my hand now for the first time and let's see what happens. And the first time that I played a shot on the table, the ball disappeared into the pocket, to my amazement. So I just felt like there was some kind of talent or some kind of gift that was given to me, because in every other sport, I was not that great, just very average. But when it came to billiards and snooker, it was a completely different level of obsession, of passion, of the level of interest that I had for this sport. I was consumed by it, and from there was no looking back.
Superb. So Pankaj, one thing really I have seen many people, they either take snooker or billiards. You are playing both. How do you manage? Rules are different, scoring point is different. How do you manage to balance both the sports together?
At the start, I never knew that I would end up winning so much in the game. I just played it for the love. Of course, I still play this game for the love of it. Now it's a hobby that's turned into a profession. But after my first victory in 2003, when I won the World Snooker title, I told my coach and some of the senior players that I would now like to shift my focus to billiards and play snooker and billiards at the same level of intensity and achieve in both. And everybody started laughing at me. They said it's impossible because 99.99% of the players end up specializing in one game. And even if they're talented in both, it's very difficult to manage two calendars and to play tournaments across different disciplines of billiards and snooker, because we have the short formats, we have the long formats. And I was very stubborn in that sense, and in a good way, because I said, no, I want to do something that's never been done before. That was my mindset, even as a young kid. And the fact that I was able to dream that big, the fact that I was able to even visualize that, no, this is possible. Of course, I would need to come out with something different, which is why I developed a special technique for billiards and something totally different for snooker that suited, the requirements of each of the two disciplines of Q Sports, and which had not been done before, because everybody plays with one style, whether it's snooker, billiards, or any format. So I said, I'm going to come up with two different techniques. And of course, just for the benefit of those who don't know the difference between billiards and snooker, billiards is played with 3 balls, yellow, white, and red. And snooker is played with 22 balls. The triangle, you have those 15 reds in the shape of a triangle, and then 6 color balls and 1 white ball. And of course, the scoring patterns, as you said, the techniques are very contrasting. So, but you know what, it took me years to figure this out, and I said, I'm going to do it. And today here I am, equally, I would, in my mind, say equally adept in both billiards and snooker.
Really, I can see that. And you said a very nice point. Being a life coach, I resonated with so much mindset. A right mindset or a positive frame of mind for doing something is so, so important. If your mind only says no, then you can't grab an opportunity at all. So it's the first biggest game is played in the mind.
You know, Aarti, when a lot of people are given a problem, or rather a question, they always end up asking themselves or asking the other person why. My mantra in life is to ask why not. Why not? Why not this? Why not that? I think we should be open to experimenting in the laboratory of life. If we restrict ourselves to just the usual, the conventional techniques or conventional career options, like a lot of people ask me, how come snooker and billiards? It's not mainstream. I told them, I said, why not snooker and billiards? Because if this is something that I found my passion and my talent in, it's the reason that gives me joy to wake up, every morning, then so be it. I mean, I'll find my way, I'll explore career options. And sure enough, I went to the right place, to the state association. I found my coach. And I'm sure that when there is a will, there's a way. I'm sure you know this better than anybody else.
Yeah, I resonate completely with you. And Pankaj, whenever I see you playing both the sports, I see such a calmness on your face. How do you keep your focus and concentration in this sport so well?
I think it's something that's come from within. And also I feel that, my mom, I've seen, a lot of tough times in my earlier part of my life, because at the age of 6, my father passed away. We were in Kuwait, and then we had to shift to India. And at a very young age, my father's health deteriorated, and my mom single-handedly raised both Shri and myself and made it a full-time job to be a homemaker. And I think our mental strength and our calmness comes from her, because she handled adversity so well. She handled the loss of a loved one, with so much calmness that we've sort of imbibed those qualities from her, and somehow we've used it and channelized it in a sport like billiards and snooker.
So Pankaj, if you have to give advice to the youth, your amplification mantras to success.
Well, I'd say that do something that you're really passionate about, in the sense that there's a voice inside you when you start doing something, or when you're exploring different things. Some things will resonate with you, some things will touch your heart deep down, and there are certain things that we do in life which we're doing just out of a laborious kind of monotonous feeling, and that's not really the ideal situation to be in. What we really want is true job satisfaction, and to be able to want to improve yourself, not only as a sports person in my case, but also as a human being, and how to concentrate, or rather how to emphasize on personal growth and professional growth both at the same time. Because in sport, people love sport because it brings out a gamut of emotions. It's not just about winning and losing. It's about different styles of play. It's about how graciously you lose, or how well you react to success, and how you digest your success. Because a lot of times we see people, they win one big title, or they have just one spurt of success, and they think no end of themselves. So it's a great leveler, I would say, the world of sport. And for me personally, that's what sport has taught me, to not only to come back stronger after defeat, but also to digest your success and not rest on your laurels and move on.
You are completely very modest. I have interviewed so many people, but the way you have responded, a star icon coming, not even asked how many subscribers do I have, just coming for the sake of spreading the word, Pankaj. I am so blessed. And I can see that how much grounded you are as a person. You are an epitome of grace, class. When I look at you, it's like you're an inspiration in yourself. And I think young people are going to take away so much from you. And you said very rightly, like, if there is passion, you will do things. And passion and hobby are very different things. Mostly children confuse
Absolutely.
between passion and hobby. So, how many hours do you practice this sport? Your hard work.
Uh, Initially it used to be a lot more. I used to play 6 hours a day, and over the years, I've realized that it's more quality than quantity. At this age now, of course, I'm not the youngest player anymore. Of course, either am I a veteran. I mean, I still consider myself right in between because in billiards and snooker, you can play up to the age of 45, 50. But I am definitely not young anymore by snooker and billiard standards. So I do concentrate a bit on physical fitness as well because contrary to what people think that people feel that this is just a game where you bend down and you just strike the ball and the ball disappears into the pocket. It's not the case. You need to have a strong core. You need to have strong muscles on your shoulder. You need to have stability because when you're bending and playing in one position, you need to be very stable. So I concentrate on areas like stability, flexibility as well. And I practice for about 3 to 4 hours a day now, especially before tournaments. But at this stage, where I've just come back from 3 weeks of non-stop play, I need a break. I'm being very honest because it's Christmas, New Year, and there are no events happening now for the next few weeks, so I can just take some time off and relax and be with family.
That's also very, very important to relax and then come back. Otherwise, I think sometimes we overwork and it impacts our growth. So it's very, very important to take a rest and a pause and then start again. A very well said point, Pankaj.
Absolutely. In fact, I wanted to add, this particular point that before my championships, I of course I do practice quite a bit, and then the last 1 week or 5 days, I taper it down because if you overwork yourself, as you said, and there are chances of burnout, and you don't want to reach your championship or your most important task. It could be a presentation, it could be anything for that matter, where you're thinking so much about it that you become stale and you're not able to be at your productive best. So to improve productivity, I would suggest, of course, do your homework, do all the preparation, but the last few days, just take it easy, relax your mind, don't get into too many confrontations or don't stress your mind with too many things, because that's when you can actually produce your best when you're fresh.
Definitely. And this sport, not only this sport, I think any sport requires a lot of mental strength with physical strength. And that is what you are working towards. And it is very, very important to train our brain muscles as well. Great, Pankaj. Pankaj, I've written some rapid fire questions for you. So are you set?
All set. Let's go.
So one word or one sentence. No explanations required.
Okay.
So let's begin. Describe Pankaj in one word.
Deep.
Okay.
Just one word, deep.
Your toughest opponent till date?
Mike Russell from England, because he's probably the best ever billiards player of our generation, and I have no qualms in admitting that. But I also feel that sport is just not about how talented you are. So I have to be really sharp up there to come up with some strategies. But yeah, phenomenal player and probably my most formidable opponent till date.
Okay. Your favorite food?
Favorite food? Off late, I've not been having so much of it because I just feel it's heavy for the system. But otherwise, I love paneer. Okay. Anything to do with paneer. And I just feel that all good things in life begin with the letter P. Whether it's paneer, whether it's pizza, whether it's pasta. I love all these things.
Pankaj.
Well, you said it. I didn't say it.
Pankaj, tea or coffee?
Tea any day. My mom calls me a teetotaler, teetotaler. I don't drink alcohol at all, and I love my tea. So 1 cup in the morning, 1 cup in the evening. Otherwise, I can't function. I need to start my day with a cup of tea.
Federer or Nadal?
Federer, any day.
Cricket
Epitome of class, grace, elegance, humility. I'm not saying that Nadal is not any of these, but I think Federer just oozes all these qualities.
Cricket or soccer?
I'd say tennis. I don't follow either cricket or soccer too much. I love tennis, so I'm going to change both of those answers and give you a different one. Tennis.
Pankaj, I've read an interview of yours that you're a huge Batman fan. Which movie is your favorite?
has to be the Dark Knight Rises. That was the third film of the Dark Knight trilogy. So it began with Batman Begins, and then there was the Dark Knight, which had the legendary Heath Ledger playing the villain Joker. Of course, that role was phenomenal. I don't think anybody played the role of a villain that well as Heath Ledger did. And then there was Dark Knight Rises, only because I think it was just huge in terms of the scale. And for Tom Hardy to match up to Heath Ledger's performance, it required something phenomenal, and I think he really pulled it off well. Of course, I would still rate Heath Ledger's performance better, but Tom Hardy also was brilliant as Bane. So I just feel that Batman is defined by his villains, not as much by his own his own power and strength. So Dark Knight Rises for me.
Your inspiration, Pankaj?
My inspiration. My coach Arvind Savur, he's somebody I think who knows every inch of the snooker table. And that knowledge, I'm so grateful that at a very early age, he imparted that knowledge to me, which is why I think I have become the player I am today. If he hadn't coached me, I don't know, maybe I would have taken years to become a good player. Maybe I wouldn't have been a great player or even come close to it. So thanks to him, I think I owe a huge part of my success to Mr. Savur's contribution as a coach.
And you are really doing a lot to promote the sport. I can see that you have been opening academies and making the sport popular.
I'm sure things will change. They are changing already. We have so many petroleum companies and your railways and PSUs giving jobs to top sports persons, to youngsters, scholarships, all of that. But we need more opportunities. We need more activities happening at the grassroots levels, for people to have access to facilities, because a lot of people think that this is a game for the rich, but that's not true. The investment has to be made by the club or the institution which wants those tables, and the only investment that a cueist makes is the cue stick. And I remember the first time that I picked up a cue, or rather I bought a cue, was for 500 rupees. So I don't think there's too much of investment in it. And in fact, nowadays clubs also are giving sports memberships based on your talent in any sport. So if you're talented in billiards and snooker, they just allow you to use their facility in the club and nothing else. So things have changed a lot. I just hope that there are more opportunities for the youngsters to take up our wonderful sport, because we have so much of talent, and you will get to hear of some of the young champions in the near future.
Definitely. Thank you, Pankaj. You did a braver job in the rapid fire, and I'm so glad to host you. And to all my audience, Pankaj said such beautiful points: your passion, your hard work, your mindset, your mental strength. He himself is an inspiration, and we all need to learn from Pankaj. If Pankaj can achieve, you all can achieve. Dream big and work towards it. That's what I want to say. Thank you once again, Pankaj, for coming and gracing my show.
Thank you so much, Aarti. Thanks for having me. Take care.
So do subscribe to my channel for more such interesting content and more such interesting conversation. And stay tuned. Let's amplify with Aarti. Have a great day. God bless. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Pankaj.
Bye, Aarti.